Yo, freedom seekers, what is up? It's Monday morning, and that means it's time for another episode of Coffee and Cash. Guys, I am super stoked to have you here today. I want to make sure I reward you watching this with some great content. I've got four, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 offers that you need to be running, right? They're all run by super great dudes. They are killers. They are offers that are proven. There's offers that have been around for a while, and you need to check them out, right? There's offers that have been tested and then retested and tested. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit you up with some info direct from one of the OGs of modern digital marketing, right? Perry Belcher. The stuff that he dropped at Copy Accelerator was, for me, I think life altering. I think that's like the only way to say it. I don't think that's an overstatement, but we'll drop that at the end. Before that, let's get to the offers, right? 4 offers. The first one today is brought to us by Purality Health. Now, these guys are a offer making machine. They are so fine-tuned. They, as a company, right? The whole crew are super organized, super formulated. They have templates for everything. So when they get one winner, they get 2 winners, they get 3 winners, and it just keeps going. This offer that we're about to talk about has been tested and retested by some very big names. And I've personally seen the stats, very convincing. It's going to be something you want to run. This offer is the Micelle Liposomal Magnesium. Now, that name is a lot, right? And it sounds sciencey. That's because it is. These guys are not your quick smash and grab, let's make some money and get out type of brand. They are a brand that wants to be repurchased. And so because of that, they really make sure that they take care of their buyer and they really research things with science. And it's really good. This is a TSL, right? And if you know magnesium, right? A lot of people take magnesium for sleep related issues. It helps a lot with that, amongst other things. The AOV on this, they're seeing a 160 AOV. And by they're seeing it, I've seen it, right? Personally, EPCs, about 209. Now that's just like sort of average. They have some affiliates that are running more, right? And that information is all email related. Conversion rates of almost 2%, right? 1.99% conversion rate. They're giving away 60% of this. If you have an email list of any sort, I would highly recommend this. I think they will do great with all sorts of people because all sorts of people can benefit from magnesium. Offer number 2. This one comes from Legendary Ventures, right? Legendary Ventures, they actually run some CBD stuff under the name of Prosper CBD. Now, Prosper CBD has a great offer called Joint Restore Gummies. And this is CBD gummy, right? Which everybody loves a good gummy. And these CBD gummies are designed to help people that have joint pain. And this offer does a great job of really highlighting the aches and pains, the pictures that they have, right? The people look like in excruciating agony. And I'm sure it's just like reaching out to people that have those issues. I personally have some knee issues. And so I can relate to the dude that's sitting there grabbing his knee. And it's a really solid offer. Now, as far as CBD goes, this is a very high CPA. They're giving away $130 CPA to select affiliates. If you think you qualify, reach out to your account manager. If you don't have an account manager, reach out to affiliates at digistore24.com and we'll see if you do qualify. Otherwise, they're giving away a 65% rev share. They're seeing EPCs of over $1, right? Reaching out to $1.36 is their average EPC. So it's a really great offer to run. This could run with people that are used to CBD, but also all sorts of other lists for athletes that might suffer from pain, from elderly that might suffer from pain. It help all of those. Next offer from the crew at HeroCo, right? The girlfriend activation system. This is an OG offer, right? It's been around for a while. It is a great quiz funnel that then runs to a VSL. It really sucks you in and it sort of, for dudes, starts having them answer some questions so they figure out what their problem is with girls and then spits them out to that VSL and helps teach them how to work women, right? Not work them in a bad way, but get girls and have successful relationships with them, right? The affiliate commission on this one is a $110 CPA. It's a really solid number, and they can do that because they know their stats, because this one's been working and it's still working and converting. The final offer today is brought to us by Joe Vitale. Now, Joe Vitale, he's been producing digital marketing now for years and years. He's written like 90 books. He was featured in the movie The Secret. So, you know, he's a big deal. This offer of his, the mental time travel system, is helping people change their future by addressing things that happened in their past and helping them reframe I think it's a good word for it, reframe the way they viewed things that happened in the past. They're still holding them back and it's helping them move forward. It gets solid numbers, right? They're giving out a 95% rev share, which is huge, or an $80 CPA for qualified affiliates. Watching some of their internal Facebook numbers that I've seen, they're getting a conversion rate of 1.4%. Top emailers are getting a 3.52%. We've seen internal email lists at 6.6%, right? So you can see that's some great numbers. APCs, average emailer, seeing around $1.26 in their email per run. And so this is just a super, super great offer. One of the Facebook dudes, we recently had some guys on Facebook running it. They were getting, looks like $3.60 on their EPC. So it's a good one. Make sure you check that out. What I talked about before, let's talk about Perry Belcher now. Perry Belcher, if you don't know who he is, you need to figure it out quick. Google him, YouTube him, see what he says. The dude is killer on stage. I love his frankness. I love his directness. And I love his willingness to just give. So I've never seen Perry speak for usually it's here's your 40-minute time slot, right? He comes packed with so much value that regularly the people who put on these events say, okay, yeah, just talk till you're done. Right? They give him an hour and a half, give him 2 hours. Think he's the type of dude that at the end of a mastermind is getting a round of standing applause for the things he said. And Perry now for a couple of years has been beating the drum about artificial intelligence. First time I heard him talk about it was about a year and a half ago at a Mimosa Mastermind. And back then what he did is just shared, here's a couple of AI tools that I'm using right now and that my companies are using. And it was mind-blowing. He started talking about Jarvis. And that's when I personally started using Jarvis about a year and a half ago, before people were talking about ChatGPT, And at the time it seemed mind-blowing to me, wow, look at all these things this can do. This is so cool. I can just write me this thing in the voice of, and it spits out. I love doing a combination. My go-to is always a combination of Alex Hormozi and Russell Brunson and a little bit of Tony Robbins thrown in there. And I thought that's the perfect voice for me. And I would use it all the time. It was super cool. And then ChatGPT came out and now I was starting to see, wow, look at all this other AI stuff. And when Perry got on the stage, he talked about this AI stuff, here's some tools I'm using. But he also basically said, if we're just using it for copywriting, then we're all dumb. Right now, don't get me wrong, ChatGPT and these other AI devices are changing the way we're producing content, which is insane. It's going so fast. One of the big things that he hammered in was a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. And that's because they're not going to adapt and be capable of working with the AI. He said we shouldn't be scared about our jobs if we figure out AI and use it. It's only going to make us stronger and more valuable because we're going to be able to produce more and more and more and more. Right? Really cool. But he was saying that AI now can allow us to do so many more things, right? So many more things than just write copy. He personally, right now is working on a project where they were gathering he owns conventions.com. It's going to launch pretty soon. It's a great name. And then what he did is he said, we want to gather all of the information of every convention out there. And using AI, it was a long process, but they got over 90,000 conventions and they're now listing them all out there on the website. Now think about the workload of this, right? He didn't just write an email with this. He's creating whole websites, right? Whole websites where it's just plug and play. He has the AIs creating the website. The AI is gathering the information. The AI is then pushing it out. It's bonkers. And so he really started having us think about what all could we do with AI. He really thinks that in the next 12 months, right, we're really reaching out a precipice where a lot of people are going to fall off, right? The ones that aren't using and adapting quickly are just going to disappear because they're going to get buried in the amount of work that these other people are going to do. But they're the people that really figure out AI, really dive into it. Those are going to be the ones that are in the next 12 months are going to have $1 million businesses just popping up all over the place because it's taken away the need to have high-end money brought in to grow technology companies. We can now create all of these no-code apps where you can basically be a layperson and just create an app now. You don't need all that money to buy something. He was saying some of the stuff that he did for this website would have cost him tens of thousands of dollars and would have taken him months to get done. And they were able to do it in 2 days. 2 days. It was just a couple of subscription memberships, a couple of AI services. And so how are you going to start applying AI? What are you doing to make it bigger than just writing copy, right? What are the big ideas, the things that maybe are lacking that you can plug a hole that maybe we couldn't plug that hole before because it just took too many hours. Barry really compared it to now with an AI bot, you have 10,000 soldiers that can go to war for you. Really, with just the press of a button, you got to figure it out and stay on top of it. Here's an event coming up. I'm really excited about it. It's the AI Bot Summit. I think it's going to be a really, really interesting event to go to. It's going to be in Las Vegas. If you got the time, check it out, right? AI Bot Summit in Las Vegas. And until then, if you got any questions for us, affiliates at GCStore24.com. And remember, open minds, open hearts, goes open wallets.